Hello, you're watching Avenue X, and today let's talk about the Chinese drama Santi, Three Body. This is a 30-episode drama that has started airing on January the 15th on the web platform Tencent as well as satellite television CCTV. It is likely that I'm gonna make two videos as this is the first live-action adaptation of the famous sci-fi novel. I think it deserves a little bit more than usual attention from a drama reviewer such as me. This drama is produced by three credited companies. First one is one of Tencent's owned companies that's focused on making television series. The second one is called Santi Yuzhou, Three-Body Universe, that was specifically founded for producing all kinds of stuff three-body related. Then the final one is Linghe Wenhua. This is a production company that has brought to us, not so long ago, the very successful adaptation drama Ultimate Note, which is something that's widely regarded among the original IP fans as the most authentic to the original novel adaptation to screen to date. The drama started shooting back in 2020 summer and wrapped at the end of the year December. It took 2 years for this drama to finish everything it needs to get done. The drama version is directed by Yang Lei, who has done many different dramas of many different types. The most famous drama he's done before is 红色 Red, which is a 民国 setting espionage drama that also features Zhang Luyi as the main lead. Then the adaptation scriptwriter from the original novel is the writer Tian Liangliang. She is responsible for adapting Ultimate Note. The drama is led by Zhang Luyi, Yu Hewei, Chen Jing, Wang Ziwen, also featuring many other famous people in dramaland such as Lin Yongjian, Li Xiaoran. I'll give it so far a 2.5 gold mine rating, which is very high. And there's definitely some kind of emotional attachment that I have for the next half of the drama, as long as they can keep to the current standard, and if they can produce a couple of really peak time highlight moments far exceeding our expectation, just one or two, I think it will secure this drama as a 3 gold mine, which I would not hesitate to give. I think Three Body, this IP, is so famous that it really doesn't need much introduction. I've also talked about the book series a long time ago on my channel, and also like if you're curious about what Three Body is, just Google or YouTube it. There's so many people making book reviews that will completely spoil your experience of this IP. Let's just briefly say it is a very huge sci-fi idea that consists of 3 books. The first book is only the starter of things. The second book often gets considered as the best written book of the 3 books, and the last book goes wild. Basically writes till the end of our universe. First book is what this drama is focused on. And if this turned out to be a huge success at the end, maybe they're gonna make second and third series. Today, I'm not gonna do the usual good and bad thing. I'm gonna talk about this drama from different perspective or angles of it being a television series, web series, visual story. It probably will contain a lot of spoilers, but it's Three Body. You kind of like know what you're going in for. First big point. This drama as a contemporary drama, pretty much across the board. There's very little you can say that is not good about it. Public known number of its budget is only 80 million RMB, slightly more than 10 million USD, which is nothing. Think about US dramas. Often one episode costs up to like 10 million, particularly pilot of a big series. They often put so much money, and then the following episode, each one of them can cost a couple of million to do. The animation series Bilibili did, which is based on the second book, also of Three Body, that has 15 episodes in total. Each one is less than half an hour. The budget of that is more than twice of this. So this is not a high budget drama, but oh my god, they've made it looking much more expensive than what it actually costs. Because of its hard sci-fi quality, they went for the very realistic look. You're not gonna get any romanticized, idealized, beautified looks of people and things in this drama. You can tell that the people behind the camera is very conscious of it being a visual thing, so it uses camera to its maximum, from lens choices, how you angle things, how you connect shots, moving shots or not moving shots, certain classic tricks people use with cameras, the color of lighting, even like the classic use of blue and red light. It's not like they use any new tricks that we haven't seen before, but they use all the existing knowledge based on decades of people making all kinds of content and the tradition of camera to your expectation and to their purpose of telling the story, then what's in the frame is also well worked out. Things are designed to specific characters, specific narrative purposes. It also did quite a bit research of the not so long ago, slightly shy of 20 years ago, what it looks like in Beijing, although it's mostly not shot in Beijing. Apart from, say, being accurate and more grounded in reality and in timeline, they also really thought through about each character's places, what kind of props, what kind of buildings they're living in their room. Architecture is a huge thing. Set design, the office, and the clearly suggesting three suns on the wall painting of the office our main character is going to spend a lot of time in. That's based on Chinese mythology. And then when it comes to really important sets, we have already seen, such as Red Coast, that's essential in the first book, or the one that we are yet to see, but we've already seen them in trailers, the ETO, big meeting gather place. They've done so much work at set design, props, costumes, just really ground this sci-fi story. It is, on one hand, realistic look of everything, and then on the other hand, it's like the thing in your head, constantly bothering the characters but also audiences. And then I so appreciate the music. If you've been with me since 2018, you know Guardian, and then you know the guy who wrote the music for Guardian that is way too big and way too epic and way too good for the drama. Chen Xueran, this composer, comes back and writes the music for the television series. All the music, I think, is done by him. Plus, he sent 2 songs of the multiple songs also. This guy is a genius. Before I even looked at the credits of who wrote the music, first time I heard the first music coming out of this drama, I'm like, I think it's written by that guy. And then I looked it up. Really, it is by Chen Xueran. It still has the Guardian title song epic vibe. Then we have to mention a bit 3D animation, because in the original book, there's an extensive part of the story talking about our main character Wang Miao going into this virtual game. And I guess thanks to Tencent being one of the biggest game companies in this world, technically speaking, they have almost limitless resources when it comes to render the shit out of things. So although they are having such a tiny budget compared to certain animations, they actually did the animation so well of the game world. I think they sometimes even overperformed in the 3D game world, because technically the story is set early 2000s, and back then if you play game, you know what it looks like. So it definitely is futuristic. Every piece of fabric you see in the gaming rendering is actually, for the main characters, are real fabric rendering, which I was so impressed with. I think everybody who's watched till episode 15 are blown away by the fact that they really visualized the human computer idea of the red light and the white light. Although, okay, in the drama version, they used light because it's a hard object. In the book version, it's actually flags, but flags are all fabric. Think about 10 million people holding 2 flags each and getting rendered in one scene. Your computer is gonna crash no matter how big it is. It's just cool to see all these things and far exceeding our expectations. So, as a visual story that contains all the traditions of storytelling with camera, with music, with now CG, this drama is just a joy to watch for me. Then the second major point is also a very positive thing. I believe everybody who's read the original novel are very happy about is how close this adaptation is staying to the original material. It shows in every detail they've put into the drama that the people who are responsible for adaptation knows the original book. They know every word, they know every meme, they know every joke that's been made and every character, and they know it so well that they can take it up, keep the essence, and play with it, and adding or deleting things that will make more sense for the visual storytelling, but still stay absolutely authentic to the original. This is the best type of adaptation writing you can hope for. From the plot of the story, the specific lines people speak, to the actual actors and actresses they picked for different roles, it just proves time and time again that these people know what they're doing. For the main roles in this drama, Zhang Luyi as Wang Miao, Chen Jing as the old Ye Wenjie probably are the 2 people that most people would agree are like perfect cast. Also including Wang Ziwen as the younger Ye Wenjie. And also the fact that Wang Ziwen and Chen Jing really do look very similar. They even sound almost the same, the vocal quality. Yu Hewei playing Shi Qiang, is the character who probably got most debated before the drama aired, since he really doesn't look like how this character gets described. People expect a much bulkier, bigger, rougher guy, and Yu Hewei technically is too skinny and too small for that kind of impression. But this actor is such a good actor that he really inhabits the spirit of this role that once he starts talking and performing, you immediately accept he is the policeman of the book. And the chemistry between him and Wang Miao is so good. I think it exceeded everybody's expectation. And also, if you've read the book only, you wouldn't feel such a strong chemistry between these two characters on paper. You probably would think the second book, when Shi Qiang is still in the book and Luo Ji and Shi Qiang, these two roles have a much stronger chemistry. But now, in the drama version of this first book, Wang Miao and Shi Qiang, such strong chemistry that, everybody is just joking if they're making a second series and it's still gonna be Yu Hewei. Then, when there's a new guy coming as Luo Ji, everyone in the live comment is gonna cry and scream. Where is your Miao Miao? Have you forgotten about your Miao Miao? So, casting-wise, so enjoyable, very close to what we imagine the characters would be like based on the book, and all proper actors. Okay, no joke. No idol actors who are squeezed in for getting more traffic and stuff, because Three Body, this IP itself, is the biggest traffic. Then the other part, needless to say, would be the actual story, the narrative, the plot, the things that happened in the book. Did it happen in the drama? Yes, and they really just put everything pretty much of the original book. The highlight moments, the shocking moments, the best moments, completely just taken and then put here. On China's internet, there are a couple of episodes that have already been so praised, such as episode 5. That great dramatic turn of our main character from a person who is on the brink of losing his mind and losing his anchors in this world to being able to almost rescue himself. Obviously, with the help from Shi Qiang, from Yu Hewei's role, and anchor himself back into reality again and decided to have the spirit and the courage to announce to the invisible enemy in the universe, come what may. The whole episode had almost half of its screen time that is completely original creation from the adaptation writers. Build this character so well. And the drama just used to maximum of what visual storytelling is best at. Push that emotion to the top. That episode in itself is something that needs to get an award for. Just like a single episode being one of the best episodes of Chinese drama of 2023. And then there were so many people before this drama aired were like rumoring about there's not going to be any cultural revolution content of this drama because of this and that. It's not going to pass censorship. Well, what do you get in this drama? Apart from the really bloody part of the book where it talks about gunfights, people falling off buildings and getting shot. The fact is, yes, that's in the book, but honestly, even if it's not cultural revolution, that level of bloodshed is not gonna be able to show on CCTVs. Anyway, for any type of drama, even if it's crime drama, the level of cruelty of that scene in the book just cannot happen on screen. And also for the drama's overall tone, actually the version that they did, I think it's more fitting. The type of not showing you directly on camera of the violence and the cruelty, but through the other character's reaction, right? You get the idea and the actress' performance just pulls it off. Then once it goes to Red Coast and the whole story of how Ye Wenjie, when she was young, what she went through that eventually led her to basically destroy humanity. Every moment is actually presented to you in detail in this drama. They didn't do the pour the cold water on her scene, okay, given that's not done. But then the guy who comes out and outed her and actually put the blame on her and wronged her and used her, that is more dramatic in the drama version than the book version. The acting is stellar. The writing is great. The emotional impact is so strong. And 白客, I didn't expect you'd be actually doing such a good performance, but he did. He is a character who just show up for that 1-2 episodes, but he's essential. Had this person not done the things he did, the whole three-body problem to Earth would not exist. So he's actually instrumental in destroying humanity, right? And he doesn't even know. The irony of the whole story is at the end of his life, he never found out that one thing he did to the girl really destroyed the future of humanity. So Liu Cixin, this type of storytelling. And this video is already, holy shit, so long, but I'm gonna keep talking. Then the next part I want to talk about is what they've done that's over and beyond the original work. Some of it is debatable, some of it, because we're only halfway, we don't know exactly how they're gonna use every new character to do the future plot. That's why I said at the beginning of this video, I may make the second video once the whole thing finishes. So the part they've done well, and I highly appreciate, and I think overall that can totally overshadow the part that people have problem with, is that they so understand the difference between text and visual, and then the difference between film and television. The nature of television series is very different from film, although they're all visual. A film can be only an hour and a half to 2 hours, 3 hours, that's done. So you can actually afford to have more types of films. Certain films can just not have characters at all. They don't build up characters. They just have an exciting idea and plot, and it's good enough for people to get entertained for an hour and a half. But if you have a drama, you have 20 something hours of a 30 episode drama, and it's gonna be aired episodically, spreading across a longer time. If people do not care about your character, they're not gonna keep watching. And the weakness of Liu Cixin's novel usually happens with characters. He's not a master of building characters, and often he doesn't give a shit to the well-beings of his characters. Most of his sci-fi novels are really thought experiments in the form, and he just digs the huge concept, crazy idea, and how that works into the humanity society as a whole. So he gives very little love and attention to his individual characters. Particularly in the first book of Three Body, everyone would agree the main character, Wang Miao, is really human camera. He's the person who goes into the story, sees everything, tells the audience what happens. You know almost nothing about this person as a human. So the weak point of the original story, and it's actually detrimental to the drama form, is very early on captured by the adaptation. They know this is the big problem. We're gonna need to make this character a character to make people care about him. As a father, so they really added a lot of family drama for him. As a person, as a scientist who had his belief and his religion, which is science, challenged to that level, almost breaking him down, and how do you build him back up? He needs to be the man, the leading man, he has to be that strong to be able to say, you can have the whole weight of narrative sitting on him. When I read your first book, I would say I didn't even have an impression of Wang Miao as the main lead. He's such a blurry image in my head, and I really didn't care about him at all. If you've read the book, it's likely you have the same reaction too. But now when you see it, having Zhang Luyi's face and having all those details the drama has just crammed into his life, and then giving him the character development and arc we've already seen halfway through the drama, he now has become a real person. I have now rooted for him. Then the part people are questioning, such as the slowing down and not quite making people understand why this character exists, episode 8, 9, around that time, when it's extensively about this lady Yang Rong plays Mu Xing, who is like barely mentioned in the first book. There's a journalist who did this. Done. Like one line in the book, and nobody really cared about that part, but that one line got picked by the adaptation writer and started to pull it up and create a new character, adding a lot of details about certain things only got mentioned by a couple of sentences. Probably it is due to they make a 30 episode drama, and if you don't expand on the original book, which is very short, you just are not gonna have enough content to fill up the whole space. That's why you have Yang Rong's character, which just does not exist in the original book, really. And when she first popped up, everybody is worried. I was like, oh shit, new original character, shit. PTSD from bad Chinese drama adaptation. Is that gonna be a love line? Is that gonna be unnecessary woman? Oh, we don't want that. The people have a very negative reaction to suddenly new characters showing up to such an important IP that everybody's worried that it's gonna get ruined, since it's already been ruined by the animation version. I don't think we need to worry. As the story gets to episode 16, you start to see that this role actually has more function than you probably when you first met her imagine she would be. In the original book of the first Three Body, there are two different plans that got very briefly mentioned by the original writer, which is also the Trisolarians sort of plan of conquering Earth. One of that is called 神迹计划, which is the plan of miracles. It's like showing miracles to people so that they sort of like treat the Solarians as gods. The other is called 染色计划, which is literally color dyeing plan. That is to kind of like secretly seep into your concept, right? Doubting about science, for the mass making. Again, it's like a thought war. In the original book, those plans did get mentioned, but very briefly in paragraph, and then just like no detail. You can see that the Mu Xing character is somebody who is gonna bring that line into a more fuller realization. Pan Han also gets more screen time than the original book. You also have the added Chen Xue character. Right now, everybody is thinking it's just they gave her a clear identity or a related to the main character identity as compared to the book where she's just called Nuclear Bomb Girl. Because right now we haven't seen to the end of this drama, we don't really know for all those originally added roles who have a lot of screen time what their functions are. I do think with all the effort they've already shown the audiences that they've put into making the story and staying authentic to the original story, I wouldn't worry so much. Finally, to conclude, Three Body Problem live action Tencent version has performed so exceeding my expectation. And to me, in January 2023 Chinese New Year, one hand you have Wandering Earth 2, on the other hand you have Three Body Problem live action. Both have epic song and music sung by Zhou Shen, and then one music done by Akun, who is a really good musician, and the other done by Chen Xueran. One of the best months I've had in the last couple of years of Dramaland or Filmland are adding together. Every day I'm looking at Three Body, all the content that people makes on it and talks about it that I enjoy. Then on the other hand, I'm looking at all the details people have managed to dug out of Wandering Earth 2. If you watch the film in cinema just once, you're not gonna see 80% of the hidden clues in the film. And once you get out of the cinema and start to see like what people manage to grab from those images, you're like, oh, I didn't see that, oh my god. So right now, it's just Christmas. Lengthened Christmas and Chinese New Year for Avenue X in Dramaland. Personally, I'm not such a huge fan of sci-fi, but I am very impressed by this guy's perspective and like what goes on in his mind. It's incredible. He has so many short stories that can each be expanded into unbelievably shocking sci-fi. I really would want to see a couple of his short story or even shorter novels, such as the 球状闪电 one, the 乡村教师朝闻道. Like I can think of so many things that I've known about his stories. Three Body Problem, you finally got something you deserve, adaptation-wise on screen. To be honest, I just don't see how Netflix can top this. It's just gonna look weird. They're not gonna be able to capture any of the essence. It will look like basically the Mulan Disney movie. The Chinese people in the film that dresses in that weird color and nothing works and nothing makes sense, but you know, like, yeah, it's gonna be probably looking like that. Good luck, okay? Still good luck, and if it comes out this year, I still will take a peek and have fun with comparison. Thank you for watching Avenue X and staying with me for this long for this video. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching. And if you haven't seen Wandering Earth 2 and it's still somehow screening where you are, go and watch the film. It's really